Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's February 23rd, 2019, and I thought I'd make a quick video, hopefully a quick video, about my experiences with the GoPro cameras that I've been using. Now, recently in a couple of videos I've talked about, geez, I'm having trouble with my GoPro Hero 6 black camera, and because working in sub-freezing temperatures in the workshop, it was unreliable and it gave me corrupted files and all. So I thought I'd spend a couple of minutes telling you about my GoPro experiences. So when I was doing a lot of the designing and the earthworks, a lot of the excavation work and putting in the pond systems and putting in the food forests and the roadways and all the things that I've been doing here on the property over the years, I really wanted to get an aerial perspective. And Parrot came out with a drone system. But I didn't have the skills or the time required to really spend time getting to control that drone, and the camera wasn't very good. Now, people were taking GoPros and hooking them to the bottom of the Parrot drone, but I didn't feel good about taking that out over the ponds or the canal system or going up above the tree line and all at that time. So what I came up with was I purchased a GoPro 3 Plus, and this camera was really nice. Now, it doesn't have the touchscreen display. The technology compared to the Sony Handycam that I was using at that time, even though the Sony Handycam was much older than this camera, they're just not technologically advanced. And I think that the GoPros are, by and large, overpriced. But I went ahead, purchased this camera, was fairly pleased with what I got from on the ground images, but having it up on a 22-foot aluminum pole with the winds around here, the images weren't good enough to get some video footage the way that I'd like to get it and post it and all. So then I went out and purchased the DJI Phantom and the DJI Osmo Mobile, both of which I absolutely loved. And the DJI Mobile Osmo still works. As I made videos before, the Phantom 4 had a bad cell in the battery, and I put a lot of money into all of these DJI products. And well within the warranty period, it crashed, and I had all the troubles, and I made videos about those in the past, and it was a nightmare dealing with customer service. They never repaired the drone, and it was, you know, I'm ashamed of having invested the money in that drone. I'll probably part it out and use the camera because the camera is pretty good. But anyways, really soured on that. And GoPro came out. Of course, they came out late in the competition for drone systems, and they came out with the GoPro Karma, and it was compact. It came with a GoPro Hero 5 and the grip, the gimbal. I'm sorry. So the gimbal and the Hero 5. Well, now we've got a real nice touchscreen display. Had some image stabilization, but with the gimbal, I was able to actually do some decent recording around here, and it was. I felt better about it being out in the rain or if it was snowing, as opposed to having my my cell phone in the DJI Osmo. Excuse me. So even though the GoPro Heroes were I still think are overpriced, I was really happy with the product. I had a problem right off the bat with my controller on the Karma, and I contacted customer service. It ended up being my fault on my end, something I was doing. Customer service was spectacular, very helpful, was willing to, called me up in a follow-up call later that day and the next day just to make sure everything was going great. Man, I really liked that. I really felt like although I was paying more for some of the equipment, and it wasn't the greatest technology or the most cutting edge technology, I really felt that I had a support network working with GoPro at that time. So that helped me out a bit. Last summer, when I was doing some of the work around, with the Hero 5 Black, I'd set the camera up in certain places, and I couldn't really, unless I was using the gimbal, I couldn't put it in a head strap because it just wasn't stable enough for posting in a video. So I saw that they had enhanced stabilization in the GoPro Hero 6 Black, so I purchased that in July of this last year, 2018. Had lots of problems with it right off the bat. It would corrupt files, it would shut off on its own, and so I contacted Amazon, where I purchased a GoPro Hero 6 Black, and they said no problem. They did an exchange, sent me a replacement, a brand new replacement. I sent them the one that was giving me problems back. This one wasn't as glitchy as the first one was. And I did factory resets, I formatted SD cards, I switched the batteries from the other GoPro Heroes and the SD cards. And the first one was really bad. The second one I got still had problems intermittently. It just shut off. I'd set the camera up, and I have auxiliary power that I'd send it up, put it in time-lapse mode, and try to get two different camera angles, one from the 6 and one from the 5. Or I'd have the 6 on the gimbal on the back of the tractor when I'm turning compost piles, that sort of thing. And I replaced USB-C cords, which go into the Hero 6. I changed out the power supplies. I did those things, and then this fall, we really didn't have a fall. The temperatures dropped immediately, and we had the heavy snow, well, not heavy snows, but we had snow, and we had really cold temperatures like the last year. So we had winter come early, and the GoPro Hero 6 started acting up like crazy. So now I've had it for a couple of months. I've already had a replacement and all. Well, one of the things I did do when I bought the GoPro Hero 6, I bought the Assure insurance that's sold at Amazon that you can get on any electronics thing that they probably pop up if you've seen those saying, would you like to buy an Assure insurance plan as well? And the only reason, and I'm not a person who likes maintenance agreements and that sort of thing, or insurance for these sorts of things. But I did get it just in case it got dropped in the pond, or it got left out or got knocked over, and something happened to it. So I said, okay, for close to $40, I went ahead and got that Assure insurance. So I've already had it. This is the second camera. It's shutting off. It's having all these troubles. I can't rely it in the workshop. So that's $400 down the drain I'm looking at. So I contacted the Assure insurance. And they said, we can't do anything for you, even though the plan says, right in the receipt you get, it says from the day of receiving it or ordering it, you're completely covered. Well, they said, you got to go to the manufacturer for the first year. So I contacted GoPro. Great guy, really nice customer service. Person was a woman when I had the car issues. Both people were very, very supportive and all, and they said, yeah, no problem, we can send you out a replacement for it, and all. And I said, boy, I really would rather have the 7. This would be the third one. He says, yeah, I understand what you mean. He said, well, I can give you, we'll go ahead and make the exchange for you. You'll have the new camera, and if you decide, geez, you want a 7, we'll give you $100 off for it. So I said right then, I said, well, if I have it replaced now, the 6, can I still get the 7 for $100 off? So that brings the Hero 7 down to $300, which I thought, that's the cat's meow. That's exactly what I want. And so I said, don't do a replacement on the 6 yet. Let me contact Amazon and see if they'll take the 6 back, and just order me a 7. I gave them the credit card number, and I received the new 7 yesterday. And I can't remember. I'm trying to do this video a couple of times and I had interruptions from him. But I don't know if I mentioned that I purchased a Hero 7 about a month ago. Before this Hero 7 was, I was purchasing through GoPro 3 days ago. So I purchased the Hero 7 when the price started coming down in Amazon. I think it was $372, and I received that and I thought, wow, this is really good. I can put a Hero 7 in my head strap and I can really capture images really well that are usable when I'm doing pruning, when I'm moving my head around, when I'm doing wiring, whatever it is. It's really good. Now, it's a challenge for me to move. I really don't care for the GoPro app on the cell phones. There's the connectivity, and I have 2 cell phones that I've used it with, and neither one work reliably and consistently, but the camera works great. If I can get it first set up so I can actually see where the camera is pointing at by angling it on the top of my head, it ends up working out pretty well. So the GoPro Hero 7, I was sold on it, and I wish that my 6 was actually a 7. Now things were working out. Now the goal was, can I get my money back through going through Amazon, or do I just get this one replaced and keep another a third Hero 6, which I really didn't want. I contacted Amazon and they're always good. They didn't take it back at full price because I'd had it for 6 months, but they did allow for giving me refunding. I think it was $330, which ended up being the amount that the tax on top of the $299 that the Hero 7 that I was purchasing from GoPro worked out at. So things really worked out very, very well for me. So now I've got 2 GoPro Hero 7 Blacks, which have the newer image stabilization. They've got a new user interface, and I think the user interface on these cameras is one of the things that I really like so much. The interchangeable battery, that all 3 of them use the same batteries, that I can mount one of these cameras with their GoPro clamp, and this is the one clamp that hasn't snapped on me out there in the shop when we're down to about 5 degrees Fahrenheit. This one still works. So this works extremely well. I can plug in the external power supply using a USB-C. I can put it in the Karma, any one of these 3 cameras in the Karma. I can use it in the gimbal. I'd love to have even one more Hero 7. Maybe when Hero 8 comes out in the fall, and next year, springtime, when the Hero 7 goes down, maybe I'll be able to purchase another one, just so I can get a couple of different camera angles for some of the things that I'm doing around here to try and capture as much video for these YouTube videos. So that's my story with dealing with the GoPro company. The founder and CEO of GoPro is a fantastic marketer. I think the products are overpriced, but I think that they've got a really good user interface. I think they're making some great strides. I think they're a little bit late to the game on getting into the drones. I wish they'd come back out and do it, because if you get a loyal following by having the best customer service, it's worth spending the extra dollars as far as I'm concerned. So GoPro, I think your customer support and customer service is top notch. So I hope this video wasn't too darn boring. I just wanted to share a good review of and a good outcome to an issue that I was having with my GoPro product. And will I buy more GoPro products? Yes. Will I recommend them? Yes. Will I highly recommend them based on value? No. But as far as customer experience goes, yep, absolutely. And that means a lot to me. So I thank so much for watching, folks. If you thought this video was of value, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you'd like to know when we post more videos, hit that bell icon. And folks, have a great day. Bye-bye now.